3, 2, 1. Ah! Welcome back to another AC Milan zone. I probably just killed every headphone user. I apologize. Um, Welcome back to another AC Milan zone live reaction. Humiliation in San Siro. No other way to say it. The boys get humiliated. We lose 3-0. 3-0 at home to Udinese. No question, Ozzy. Just what do we even do from here?
I see Uncle Sharma's in the chat. That's really triggered me. Shout out to Uncle Sharma, but it's truly I don't know what I feel like I've mastered the English language. I know pretty a lot of adjectives, but this was truly a disgusting performance by Rossoneri. Coaching, the choices of players, the formation. We can get into that. The general effort level. It looked like a bunch of under 12-year-olds on that pitch. Some players didn't seem to have ever played in the position that they were playing at. It's, yeah, vile, vile, diabolical.
Truly, I mean, I'm just looking up, rewatching some of these highlights. I mean, the goals just dumber, just this disgusting. Ata looking like the best player on the pitch in San Siro. Quick shout out to Uncle Sharma. Of course, the Hey Watch come in, but this is why we did the live streams. And to be fair, very respectful. It could have gone a lot worse. He does say Udinese at San Siro this season, peak Real Madrid, as they did get the win against Inter as well. The chat is absolutely popping off, so it is absolutely vile. But let
Let's
me
get
catch
into
up
it.
a little bit. Paolo what a horrible match. Saka, Allegri, Leao, and Pulisic. Shout out to you, Paolo. Philip Lloyd, returner. Appreciate you, friend of the program. I'm not even mad. Do not expect anything when you have Redbird and Fulani in charge. It's as simple as that. Paulo Nesta continuing to his campaign. Sell Leao, sell Pulisic, sell the whole squad. We have Hank, first time chatter. Appreciate you watching. What changed the defensive line and why start Leao as striker? We will get into that once we get the raw emotion out. But as you said, Ozzy, there's going to be some discussion about the lineup, the famous 4-3-3, fake,
If
real.
if I if I'm not wrong, shout out Hank. He is a friend of the podcast. He knows you very well, Stefano.
Ooh, you
If
think
it's
it's
him,
that?
if it's him,
Then
I think it is
appreciate
him.
you.
It's him.
Okay, then
It's the
I know
guy.
who it is. Okay, I understood.
I think it might be him.
P1X3. I'm just gonna kind of leave it there. Sell Leao and get a striker. Sharma already got two, and then Palonestra a couple more. Udinese wage bill is 36 million. Milan is 92. That's a good reminder. Let's buy the whole Udinese squad. Sell everyone and buy the whole Udinese squad. Yeah, I mean, okay. I'm scattered my own mind, but let's first get into it. We were talking about it just before going live. Everyone on Twitter was begging for a 4-3-3. We got it. It didn't
Yeah.
work out. Was it a real 4-3-3? Was that really the problem? What do you think? Formation, attitude, player choice?
Yeah, I mean, if because I saw some people on Twitter saying it wasn't actually a true 4-3-3, but in a way, the the players we put on the pitch for a 4-3-3 essentially made it a 4-3-3. We can't be playing. I think we played with Leao and Pulisic up top essentially, like we usually do. Selemakers is a lot higher up the pitch, um, and we had Bartisagi playing a left wing back and also left back, but also left center back. He was playing three. He had three hats on at the same time. Didn't work.
Yeah.
Uh, we need a third center back at all times. We just do.
Yeah.
Pavlovic, I shouldn't say an admirer, but he works so much better in a back three of proper three center backs. I think De Winter is back to his Super Copa quality. I mean, that guy's now had two mistakes in two games, and it's led us to goals. Somewhat same with Bartisagi. Pavlovic was all over the pitch, quite literally. He was in the Udinese box a lot, which I was shocked by in a back four. Uh, we had for the 2-0. What are we doing? Leao, I don't know what's wrong with him, brother. Like he's just lacking confidence. We saw that with the chance in the first half where he takes it with his left foot. Would Selemakers have tapped it in? I'm not sure. Look, Selemakers is off the pitch already, pretty much, anyways. But it
Yeah.
just Pulisic and Leao shouldn't be playing as the only two front men ever again. I I know, and I know I'll put my hands up. We in the beginning of the season we're like, this would have been great. Let's try it because Leao was injured and Pulisic was injured, and we only probably saw them start together properly. Was it late in November? But it's worrying times. It's now 3 losses in 4 games, something like
Yeah,
that. I can't
yeah.
remember.
The team
It's just been a lot.
looks tired,
Looks
and
tired.
it
Looks
looks really
tired. You're
bad.
very
We'll
right.
see. Juve is up next against Atalanta. We gotta be rooting for Atalanta, because all of a
Big
sudden
boys
we were
from
talking
Bergamo.
about how top four should be obviously not mathematically
Yeah,
certain, but
yeah,
a certainty, and it looks like it couldn't. If Como grabs a win, all of a sudden they're just 2 points behind, and Juve
yeah.
is if they grab a win, they're 3 points behind, and we can only
And
afford one of those.
yeah, and to add to what I was saying, going back to Hank's question, big up Hank, shout out Hank. Why change the defensive line, the defense line, and why start Leao as a striker? Because when we were talking about should we play a 4-3-3, then put Leao to his natural position, which is left wing, and maybe try one of the two number nines that we have. Admittedly, it's not the dream number nines that we have. Jimenez isn't an Allegri man because he didn't bring him in. We were about to sell him to Roma in a swap deal. He got injured long term now over Christmas and past Christmas now. He's only coming back into form. Füllkrug, we started him against Napoli, and I think Allegri, thinking back to that game, saying he had a pretty bad game, but it wasn't really his fault. So why should we start him? But if we're gonna play in front three, why not? And Salamakis has been out of form. It's not that Salamakis has been fantastically good, so that we're like, an okay Füllkrug doesn't warrant a Selemacher skipping a game, right? It's Selemacher has been dog shit. He's been
Yeah,
actual dog shit the last
yeah,
since his injury.
yeah.
It's
Just
been
truly fucking
he's not the same
terrible.
person. Genuinely terrible. I think
Yeah,
he's if we're gonna I shouldn't say blame it on somebody, but that's the main issue is that he's not the same player he was pre-Christmas. So then why are we playing with Leao as a striker? Because it's Pulisic and Leao were switching to be that number nine, and the amount of times they're out of position, they're just not true number nine. So why start them like that? And Salamakis is never gonna be a proper right winger there because he's not a proper right winger. He's that in between, like we are discussing with Mario, front of the podcast in our analysis. And this is where I start questioning Allegri's choices. I'm not saying he's sack him. I think we are a much better team, but um, Allegri's choices have been very, very strange. I think the last
yeah,
3 games, let's say.
yeah. It's difficult because yeah, I mean I totally agree. It makes absolutely no sense at all to play finally 4-3-3 and not have Leao on the left. And I
Yeah,
understand that Salamakers provides more cover than playing Pulisic and Leao, but we were all over the pitch anyway. We were conceding, we were back to last year, conceding every time you went down, you had a 50-50 chance of conceding. So
yeah,
the first half, Udinese created very little, very nothing. But the first time they were down the pitch, they got a goal because we were all over the gaff. And
yeah,
so
and
gave Leao a chance to be there.
yeah, and
And honestly, I didn't think Leao had. We hadn't seen Leao shoot on target in a long time. He got a good one. Like he was shooting. He was doing some decent movement in the box. Now, of course, was it a good game? No. We lost 3-0 home to Udinese. From Allegri to management to every last player that set a foot on the
yeah,
pitch. Dreadful. And as Leao tends to do, as the game gets rough, he's getting rougher and rougher. So don't get me wrong. I'm not defending Rafa, but insane not to put him there. Uh, Insane to not play a real striker now that we have both. Insane to put on Fulkrug, who was useless. I will never get upset at Fulkrug because Fulkrug is exactly who he is. Don't just because we didn't have an actual striker for most of the time, and then he came on and he chested down a few uh, a few long balls and scored a couple goals. don't
he
let
just a
don't
few long
let
balls.
this
Yeah,
people thought, oh, here it is, January we got the striker we needed. No, Fulkrug is exactly playing like I expected Fulkrug to be, which is decent to dog shit. That's a Fulkrug sweet
Yeah,
spot. Where is Santi Jimenez?
and
Put in Santi Jimenez.
yeah,
Fulkrug is gone. He's 6 months and he's gone. We paid a lot of money.
yeah,
We're gonna lose it. At least let him fail. Let him fail on the pitch. That
yeah.
made absolutely no sense to me. Um, that being
And
said,
going
no,
to the
go you go.
chat, Paulo Nesta, Richie was horrible today. I'd rather see Jashari than Richie. I have to agree. What's Jashari done to Allegri?
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
I think he had a spell before the international break where I think he came in or started and played really well, and then okay, Fofana had that break and whatever after some horrible performances, and then he came back, and I mean, I'm not on the same hype train as you, Stefano, about Fofana, but I don't think he's a terrible player. I thought he had a pretty good game against Napoli last weekend, and then he puts in Ricci, who's kind of stone cold because he's barely gotten any minutes, let alone started. And you're gonna put him into this game at home after being cold. I don't think. Well, how many games has he not started for? Like 5 or 6,
yeah. At
uh,
least,
and not start Fofana or Jashari. And it's not against Rich. It's just Rich has been thrown into different roles and had to come in against. I think he started against Fiorentina for the first time in ages just after Christmas, and then all of a sudden now he's being having to play against Udinese after 1-0 loss against Napoli. It's terrible, and would have
yeah.
sold Leao last summer for fuck's sake instead we sold Rangers. I don't think that's
Now we're getting a little bit reactionary, but yeah, I wanted to also go back to, obviously, as I said, everyone's at fault. Allegri has definitely plenty of fault in this game, but to me, and maybe I'm biased, and please call me out if you think I am. This is exactly the example of Allegri saying, okay, we say we don't attack enough, we say we don't go forward enough, all of this stuff. Okay, let's play 4-3-3. Let's see how that goes. And then we see Atekame. Exactly what we said in the lead up to this. Uh, Uncle Sharma can't believe we lost twice to you guys. Uncle Sharma, I hope you're still watching. You just commented. I hope you sleep in the shower. Not fatal. Don't break any bones. But tonight, I hope you sleep in the shower. uh, as I was
that's
saying,
diabolical.
as I was saying,
Yeah.
um,
Oh, we have the Man United fans coming in the chat as well. F. Stöckling.
you know who Milan look like tonight? They look like
Who do they look
Rapperswil-Jona
like?
Lakers. They look as tragic as the Rapperswil-Jona Lakers. And in a playoff situation, in a play-in situation, we performed just as well in the heat of the
Yeah.
moment. But going back to the 4-3-3, to me, it looked like
Yeah.
he was like,
They
okay,
lost.
fine, let's see. Let's play Pavlovic in a 4-3-3, in a 4-2-2, like we did last year and was terrible, even though he's been great playing through at the back. Let's play De Winter in that position. Let's play Atekame right back. People have been crying for that. Let's play even Bartezaghi. Let's see how it does in a situation where it needs to guard the ball a little bit closer, needs to stop a cross in the box and not make an own goal. It just doesn't work. Modric, so much space. Modric has been great, leading the league in interception in the formation in a 3-5-2 that allows him to cover so much little space. Today, as soon as the game opened up a little bit because we were pushing so much, he's struggling because he's 40 years old. he can't cover that much space simply. The formation is designed
Yeah.
to cover that.
Yeah.
All for what? To put in a few crosses for Leao to struggle. So obviously it's a mistake, but it feels like
Yeah.
Allegri was like, okay, the whole world seems to be upset. Like I didn't think about playing for the back. Let's see how it goes. And we saw that what me and you have been saying forever, that this squad isn't built for it. Is that fair, or do you think I'm cutting Allegri too much slack? And then we'll get to the chat because the
No,
chat
no,
is popping off.
no,
But first comment on that.
I, th- I don't think you're cutting him too much slack. I'm just surprised that of course, he's a professional football manager and one of the world's biggest clubs. He's obviously not on Twitter, and I don't think he'll ever fall for fan pressure. But why is he? I get that maybe he has to try something new, but 4-3-3 isn't it? It's more about finding the right personnel choices. And again, I think he's failed today again. Not necessarily with the formation. It's just We started in Nkunku and Fulkrug against Napoli, and now we're starting Leao again and Pulisic.
Yeah,
That's the
the
issue.
back-to-back
In my
starters
case,
of Fulkrug and Kunku, and
they
then the
should have been
next game,
flipped if anything.
Leao at striker is so rough.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the
Well,
formation
we're gonna
really
be
should have been
we're
flipped.
watch. Well, we're gonna be starting Jimenez and Ruben Loftus-Cheek in a 3-5-2 next game again.
Ah!
Ruben
Okay.
Loftus-Cheek. And I know he's not a friend of the podcast. We don't like him. I don't like him. Nothing personal. It's just not a good footballer at all. I don't think he's championship level in the English leagues. When I'm sitting there, right, I've had a lovely dinner with my parents, lovely chicken in the oven with some jasmine rice and like with a lime flavor, with a lovely Nipozzano red wine, and we finished dinner and
I
we
saw
sit
you
down the
sipping on that
TV to
red wine
watch.
to forget the pain.
Yeah. We sit down to watch, and then guess who gets subbed on? Ruben Loftus-Cheek. And they're like, I just can't believe it. I just can't. I don't believe
Yeah,
it. I don't
yeah,
believe it.
yeah,
I couldn't watch. And I know he came on against Napoli, but like Jesus Christ.
yeah.
No
And
pepper sauce, Fabian. Unfortunately, extra clean. I know you love it, but it was this was chicken. It was like a soy sauce, chili flakes, a bit of olive oil, take a bit of ginger, a bit of chili flocken. It was great. Shout out, Mama Edstam. But yeah, fucking hell.
yeah,
I'm so upset. I've had a bit of vino, fair enough, but Jesus Christ, I'm actually really upset.
yeah. Now that
I'm
we're
so
getting, let
angry.
me
I'm
catch up with the
so
chat,
angry.
and then you've told your day. I'll tell my day. F Stockling, as he said, salute to you. Thank you for coming in. Shout out to our boy Mete. What up, fellas? What up to you? We understand your pain. You have a relegation side, and today we played our relegation side. So shout out to our Spurs brethren. We feel you. Palonesta, Davies is 10 times better than Fulkrug, Jimenez, and Kunku. He looks better. Atal looked better. Zaniolo looked better. Shout out to Paolo Maldini, who wanted Zaniolo. He created a couple of those goals by himself. Uncle Sharma saying, bro, I already have injured ankle. Please don't. I forgot about that. The back and the ankle. Fair enough. I take it back. VAR.
He really is an unk.
I
He really is an
retracted the
unk.
slip in the shower. Wish.
Uncle Sharma truly puts the uncle in Sharma.
Oh, nice little uncle. Tony Migo, I'm so tired of Milan making other teams look great. That is perhaps our biggest quality this season. We've been managed to make any relegation team look absolutely insane. Not the Udinese's relegation, but Udinese looked insane against us. Sassuolo looked insane. Pisa, who we saw get absolutely smoked by Milan. All of it, we've been making them look great. All except for the big ones. Napoli look good, but yeah, that's the Allegri curse. Get Milan for 40 million. I think that boat has unfortunately sailed. Milan, like Robin Hood, take from rich, give to the poor. Yeah, although this season might be give to the rich and to the poor just get bent over. What else? Mark Savage, Forza Napoli. No.
Okay.
I would say overall no. I would say wrong comment, as a matter of fact. The pepper sauce we addressed. Lezakai's Ruben Loftus-Cheek ruining Oscar's beautiful dinner is so upsetting. Truly, honestly, the worst. Ozzy has this.
Shout out Lies Dog in general.
Shout out Lies Dog. Honestly, Lies Dog, if you're still listening to this, to join my friend Ozzy for the last 5 minutes, I would love a cold beer. So if it could be delivered to me on the stream here, that would be lovely, so I can get on the bevs. Your dinner was ruined. My day got worse. I actually had to work today. I was 8 hours. I work in a TV studio in a production company. I was 8 hours it's a beautiful day when I left. Now it's pouring rain. I spent 8 hours in the dark watching a presentation in Farsi. So just watching someone talk for 8 hours.
In a language you have no, like it's like, let's say it was
Zero.
French or obviously German or I guess most European languages
I can
wouldn't
pick
make
up
sense
something.
anyways,
No.
to be honest. But yeah, Farsi. It is a beautiful language, but it's not that I would know any of it. I just have a good friend and she's Iranian. Yeah, I just had zero idea. It could have been anything. Like
Yeah, it could have been. There was some slides, and I ran home. By the time I got out, it was raining. I biked in the rain, and I watched this performance.
I haven't
Absolutely
even looked
disgusting.
outside. I know I live like 20 kilometers south of you, in geographically wise. I've just not looked outside.
Boys,
I,
shout out to Eli's dog, the best. All right,
oh,
Ozzy,
shout out
cheers me
Lice
here.
dog.
This is a sad stream. 3-0. Salute. We drink our sorrows away, boys. Milan, this is what Milan does to you. Sometimes you just need a drink. Are we allowed to do this on YouTube?
We
I
don't
think we are.
we don't yeah, we have. I don't know. It's out of sync. We don't condone excessive drinking.
We
Please
don't.
drink
We also
responsibly.
don't condone excessive watching of this Milan. I encourage everyone
Yeah,
on the Saturday night to stop watching football. You think you want to watch Juve, but you
because
don't. Don't
do you
just go
think
outside, talk to people.
because because Redbird is based in the US, and I know, having studied law, that they're very in the US. They're obviously very easy to sue people for anything. You can get anything through court. Obviously, you might lose or win, but do you think I could sue them for just ruining my week?
Emotional distress. Honestly, I think they
Emotional
have cause.
distress. Uh, emotional
They ruined your
distress.
dinner. I think if you
Just
keep the receipt of all the groceries,
oh
you can
yeah.
say, "Look, I need this money back. I couldn't
I
enjoy.
yeah. We even
I
went to
couldn't
the
enjoy."
we went to the went to the butchers to have boneless thighs with skin on. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's in
Ruined.
this economy. I know, right?
Milan.
Uh,
I'm not even gonna address that
F
comment.
F F Struckling F Struckling. Milan could have won the league. Wasn't that the thinking after the derby?
Literally never
No,
know.
no.
Um,
Thoughts now. Thoughts on Man United. I don't know. Or Rappi. I don't know. Cheers to Liza dog. Cheers.
Thank you, Liza. Because of Leao and Pulisic fight, there's bad atmosphere in the locker room.
Pulisic.
Next summer, we need to do what Marcel did and sell them both. I mean, they're the only strikers that have scored any significant amount of goals for us, so I wouldn't say both. Pick one, I would pick Leao because Pulisic can't stay on the pitch. Leao hasn't been able to stay on the pitch this year, but that's this year. Um, let's look ahead quickly, Ozzy, because now the top four really becomes a
Now
concern.
it's yeah.
Because the calendar
No,
isn't
I'm
bad,
gonna.
but if we get slapped 3-0 at home from Udinese,
Yeah.
it doesn't really
I'm shaking. I'm
matter.
shaking now.
We have Verona away next. Now,
They
that's
lost
meant to
today
be.
against Torino, so I think they're cemented in the bottom three, aren't they?
Yes. Let me check about the math. How many
I
games are
think so. But
left?
yeah. I think they lost against Torino today, so I think they're cemented in the bottom. Basic. Well, obviously not like mathematically relegated, but
Yeah, they're only
you
9
never know.
points,
It's
but yeah,
Hellas.
they're
Yeah, yeah.
they're kind of
They're
cooked.
pretty much GG's.
If we don't win that,
Cremonese.
I would say we're still in the obviously driver's seat because the cushion even we wait for Juve and Como, but assuming that both were
Yeah,
to win, and they don't have easy games. Obviously, Como plays league leaders, and Juve plays Atalanta, so definitely not 3 guaranteed points. But
yeah,
if we
yeah,
assume they win, and it's just 2 and 3 points behind us, that's a nice cushion, but a very small cushion. But we need to win at
yeah,
Verona because if we don't win at Verona and the next week we face Juve,
yeah,
it would look very very bad. And if
yeah,
we miss top four, then you have to
yeah.
imagine that Allegri is on the chopping block, right? Um,
Yeah. I guess so, and it's also a bit. I think it goes both ways because then Allegri will. I don't think. I mean, Allegri is a pretty nuanced guy. I think when it comes to behind the scenes, and we just know that a Tare hasn't been in contact properly with Furlani over the transfer windows. Allegri got one man that I think he wanted, which was Rabiot, and he's been one of our best players. So I think that just goes to show that Allegri knows what he wants. And then there's been, I shouldn't say rumors, but Allegri can just be like, well, this is I'm getting the stick for what management up top, aka Furlani and Redburn and Cardinale, they're not giving me, not keys to the city, but they're not allowing me to be who I want to be, and I think Allegri requires that. I think that's what made him so successful under Berlusconi when we won the uh, first um, first Scudetto with him, the only one that we won with them. Also, obviously, we had Galliani who'd been there for donkey's years, but it was, I guess, a mix. And then what made them so successful at Juve is that their management nearly was listening to him and what kind of players he wanted. And of course, he didn't put them over the line in the Champions League, but it's pretty tough for
Got
any
close.
Italian team to go. Yeah, so like it can go both ways.
Yeah, and then like of course the question becomes if we do miss top four and they do get rid of Allegri,
Don't
is who do
talk
you go
about that.
for? Yeah,
Don't
no,
talk
I
about
guess
that.
we'll take them one at a time. But this swing now will be crucial. Obviously, the results that we get
Yeah,
from
yeah,
those two tonight, and then we have to win against Verona, because then you go into Juve, you've won again. You see what happens to them. You never know. They've also dropped some weird points, and then you can say, okay, this is how it looks. You can maybe afford a draw, but if you come with a bad losing streak and you've lost to Udinese
yeah,
and Verona, and Juve has the chance to overtake you in that's just absolute killer. I'm not sure we have the
yeah.
mentality for it. It's funny because Allegri kind of saw it. I don't know if you saw this quote that he had in the press conference. He was like, it's a bad moment, but we can't, we got he sort of like he said we can't just go into free fall. We got to catch ourselves. Um, so
Mm.
I wonder if he started seeing some of those I don't know, yeah, mentality or spirits kind of crumble. Um,
I think so because usually he's very quiet in um in press conferences and always has his players' backs, whatever the situation, almost whether they're doing really well or doing poorly. Um, that's worrying. Yeah. Anyways, I feel like I'm certainly rambling, not only because of the wine, but also because my head's all over the place. I think I
yeah,
would have I think I would have given up on football and ice hockey had Sweden not made the World Cup. I don't think I would. I mean, AC Milan zone would have lived on with somebody else, not me. This is really testing my patience, and all I can say is all I'm happy about this weekend is the Masters. Not that I play golf, but I can just watch American Bryson DeChambeau have a meltdown.
yeah. What's the plan? It's 8:30. What's the plan now? Where do we go from here? Just movie.
Thoughts on it? Watch a movie tonight. I don't know. I might actually jump around to Fabio Schrecklings and either beat him up or just yeah. I don't know.
We don't need to know
Watch
the
a
details
movie.
about that. Watch a movie. Get Troy on the big screen ASAP.
Get Lord of the
Um,
Rings. Yeah, get Lord of the Rings
Also,
on the
yes,
screen
yes, yes,
on the big
yes,
screen.
yes.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
What are your plans? Are you gonna listen? Are you gonna listen to? Are you gonna dub a film in Farsi?
No more Farsi for me. I have another session Monday, so between now and then Monday, I can't listen to any more
You're just
Farsi.
you're anti Farsi for Sunday.
Whoa! I won't say that in this political climate. That doesn't seem right. But yeah,
Livestock brought it up. Dang, the tone for Pulisic has changed. It used to be all about Captain America. Look, we have one great American on our team, which is Captain America, which is Pulisic. I'm still behind him, but we also have American owners, and those I can't get behind.
yeah. And
LeBron
also, I
James of
mean,
football.
early
I'm
early
not.
season, Pulisic was Captain America right out of the machine. Just looking bulky and just being a Chad and scoring. Now it looks like
Yeah,
Captain America pre experiment. Gives this man some
yeah,
drugs. He got close to scoring. That was a pretty good chance. If we put that away, again the game is different. But if it doesn't exist, that Rafa Nadal likes to say. Um, yeah, right now,
yeah,
honestly, I was looking at the game and I was like, put Leao on the wing. I'd rather have Pulisic false nine in a
yeah.
4-3-3 than Leao up there. It, it's
And, and,
it,
and
it
make
made no
and make the
sense.
roles and make the roles sort of cemented that they both know what, because so many times they're just trying to be this sort of fluid front three and it just wasn't it wasn't very fluid. It was more congealed, if anything.
Yeah,
Shout out
never has
physics.
been. Shut up, physics. All right, we've been insulted. We've insulted. We've wished
Yeah,
illness on some great
and
friends. We've
and
ranted
and
with a
and
lot of you. I think we're ready.
Stefano, honestly,
Ooh.
thank you so much for these. Thank you so much for these. I guess sort of therapy sessions, because I have to go back out there and have a lovely Saturday evening with my parents, and they saw me on edge during dinner and after dinner, and now I've just got it all out. I got it all out. So now I wouldn't say I'm chill. I'm not zen. I'm never zen. I'm always on my toes. But thank you,
Always.
Stefano. I appreciate you. I appreciate you.
Um, Apples are green. Welcome back to the chat. I haven't seen your name pop up in a while. Apparently, this is the biggest defeat in Allegri's Serie A career. That cannot be true.
Surely he did had some for Cagliari. When
I
he
mean,
was it
with
Cagliari or
us,
Catania?
with
No, it was
Juve,
Cagliari.
when he got fired, the famous Berardi. What was that? Was
Allegri
that
biggest
not a
defeat.
3-0?
Let me ask AI. Biggest defeat.
AI is so bad at this, but
Biggest
yeah,
loss.
see what they're doing.
Greatest loss. Oh, Transfermarkt has it. Let's see. Uh oh is that as a player? I'm not sure. 1998. That sounds like, was he still a player? Yeah, I think minutes played. Yeah, it was minutes played. Okay, never mind. Yeah, CBA. Transfermarkt website is terrible. Shout out Transfermarkt though. Right. I will need to go think. Not that I've got anything pressing. It's just I'm rambling and I'm upset.
Yeah. I think we can leave it there. Funny comment, Pablo. What was Allegri doing? Why didn't he play 3-5-2? Yeah, I mean, it's funny, right? We're all like this. Last week, everyone was saying, why don't you play 4-3-3? And now that's kind of the point. Can't win. Milan lose in San Siro. They get humiliated.
Diabolical.
Atta and Zaniolo look, Camp look like MSN, Barcelona MSN. Looks like we're gonna crawl our way to a top 4 finish if we manage it. Life is no good, and we drink to our problems.
Yeah. Shout
However-
out Short King F. Schluckling.
However, as always, and this one is painful, but we still do it because we're Milan sickos. Forza Milan.
Forza Milan. Let me get you on the big screen.